Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Top of the morning, man. Happy Tuesday. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got some little action jumping off with the Raiders, man. You know, all these teams get a top 30 visit with 30 of their preferred players entering this year's draft to go ahead and sit down, talk to them, show them the facilities and whatnot. And the Raiders, from right now where I'm standing right now, there is 9 confirmed visits that are coming to see the Raiders. We're going to go over those, and one just came out about today. They're coming in, and it's a wide receiver. We're going to talk about all that and more. Shout out to the chat, man. The world's most dangerous chat. You already know what it is. NWA all day, even on your birthday. You feel me? Shout out to everybody out there, man. Let's go ahead and run through and shout out the extended family. You feel me? One time. Yes, indeed. Raider Ben in the building. Good morning to you. Top of the morning. Yes, indeed. We got Dark in the building, man. Top of the morning, man. Thank you for pulling up. Jorge C is in the building. Good morning to you as well. Yes, sir. Eugene Powell, of course, my guy. Top of the morning. Yes, indeed, man. It's Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. You know what the fuck? It's Taco Taco Tuesday. I'm gonna go get me a couple of pink tacos, you know what I mean, and some hot sake. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. What is the deal, man? We got Paul Gaines in the building, man. Top of the morning to you. Charles Washington, my dude. Fake news season? No, there ain't no fake news this morning. The top, like I said, the top 30 visits beginning. They starting off right now, and I got 9 names, and we're gonna go over them that the Raiders have listed coming in to talk to them. Well, if they haven't done it, it's the agents of the players. But we're gonna get into it. Yeah, there's a lot of fake news though, and we're about to show some of them motherfuckers that they were wrong with what they said. For real, for real. We got Eagletarian 207 in the building. What's the deal, my dude? Yes, indeed, Raider Gould. What it is with you, brother, for real. Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. We're gonna dive into it, man. We got a good show today. We got a good show this morning, man. We got a few names to go over, and they're gonna still be coming in too. Fixie, what is the deal, man? Good morning. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Yes, we are in here. You feel me? Raiders all day, every day. You feel me? Frankie Sanchez, what's the deal, man? Good morning. Thank you for being here. We got Raider Syndicate in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We in this bitch. You already know how we do. You know what I mean? Yes, we got Tony Shefford in the house, man. Top of the morning, man. Break time at work. Hey, yeah, good. Enjoy your day at work, man. Hope everything goes smooth, man. We about to dig into some good shit. You know what I mean? We get to really pay attention to exactly. See, a lot of people look at the names that they bring in, for the their top 30 visits. But the thing I like to look at is the positions, because the positions that they bring in is going to let you know what they have their eyes focused on. Because you're not going to be able to get all these names. You know what I mean? The fall to you or whatnot, slide it to you in the draft, but you can get the positions. See, that's the key. So we're gonna pay attention to the positions of these players that are coming in to do their visits. Raiders patches in the building, pillaging just for fun. Yes, indeed, man. Top of the morning. B. Allen in the place to be. Yelling on the mic is easy, motherfucking E. Let's go. Let's go. You know what it is. I know one thing, though. I know what's better than one red ring. 2 of those motherfuckers, man. Top of the morning, 2 red rings is in the building, man. My guy, man. Do we ever? You know what? As far as drafted them, we don't know. But the league gives you only 30 people you can bring in to talk to and sit down with. But it all depends on how the draft unfolds, because sometimes you'll get players that you didn't think was going to be there, might slide. Boom, you'll take them over. You know what I mean? But then again, like I said, I don't pay attention to the name. But some of these guys that they're bringing in, hey, you know their names. Doesn't mean we're going to get them. You know what I mean? But pay attention to the positions, because even though you may not get the name, you can get somebody else at the same position if those are the positions that you're focused on in this draft. So that's the key. Yes, indeed, man. We got Jamil Akbar in the house, man. What is the deal? Top of the morning, my brother. Thank you for being here. Yes, indeed. Jimmy G MVP. Hey, I like the ring of that. Yeah, yeah, right. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I ain't gonna put all my motherfucking get my hopes up. Ja Raider in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. JB on the good foot. What is the deal, man? All right, we're gonna dig into this shit. So far I got 9 names, and they're still coming in because I just had to write down. That's what took me so long. One just came through of another name that it was added to the top 30 that the Raiders do have coming in to talk to. So we're gonna start off with these. We're gonna go ahead and dig into this real quick. The name that popped up this morning was Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is a wide receiver out of Boston College. 5'10", 182. He was his 40 time is 4.42. He went in to visit with the Cowboys yesterday. Today he's coming to visit the Raiders. So now you see that wide receiver possibly can be a target in this draft because they're bringing one in to talk to him, and he's slated to be a lower first round, upper second round prospect. So they're projecting him to be bottom of the first, top of the second at wide receiver. So that's one thing. He's a 3-time all SEC or ACC player, and I think he got second or third team in 2021. I think it was. But yeah, wide receiver out of Boston College, Zay Flowers is coming in for a visit. Now let's get into these other players that's coming in for visits as well. As you pay attention to the screen, as we know, Bryce Young is slated to come talk to the Raiders, come visit as one of the top 30s coming in. Quarterback of Alabama, 21 years old, 5'10", 194. You know who he is. They got him slotted as being the number 1 overall quarterback in this year's draft out of Alabama. The other one is C.J. Stroud, Ohio State quarterback, 21 years of age, 6'3", 214 pounds. Another guy this is a guy I'm high on. I like C.J. Stroud. There's only 2 quarterbacks I really have my eyes set on that I really, really like. Stroud being one of them, and the other one is Hooker, due to their production and the way they take care of the ball and high passing completion rate. Stroud is outstanding. You know what I mean? He's not no small dude like you see, 6'3", 214 pounds. He got nice size to him. Mobile, got a nice arm, can make all the throws. Last year, he had a completion percentage of 66%, 41 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions on the season. That's tremendous. To have high production like that with low single-digit turnovers, as far as interceptions go, I like this dude. But he is scheduled as one of the top 30 to come in and come visit the Raiders. Is it today? I'm not sure. I know. Myles Murphy is having his pro day today. He is the Clemson defensive end. So he couldn't do the combine. I think it was because of a hamstring, but now he's fully 100% go. So he's having his pro day. Matter of fact, it's supposed to be starting right now as we speak, 7 a.m. So yeah, C.J. Stroud is another visit coming in. Will Levis, everybody knows this guy, quarterback out of Kentucky, 23 years of age, 6'4", 232 pounds. Not a small dude at all. Very big statured in the pocket, strong arm, but I'm concerned with his turnovers. He does have high accuracy rate. He is in the 60s as well, but his turnovers, he's averaged a turnover per game for the last 2 years. He had 10 interceptions this past season and 13 the year before. That's a bit concerning to me. It seems to me he's the type of quarterback that's a gung-ho type of quarterback that just, you know what I mean, rather than making the correct pass, he wants to show off his arm strength. You know what I mean? He might throw it a little bit too hard when he does not need to, but especially after him saying that the reason why he was throwing at the combine was to show off his guns. Now I'm like, and I told you guys this before, that's letting me know that he's more concerned with how hard he throws the ball rather than, and I can't really say accuracy because he's been accurate, but I think there's times that he tries to force the issue. Thus, the double-digit interceptions over the past 2 years. So he's another scheduled top 30 visit for the Raiders. Anthony Richardson, of course, the high side on him is his physical attributes. 20 years of age, very young, 6'4", 244 pounds, not a small dude at all. But I'm very concerned with his accuracy, which he was only at about 53% this past season, and his turnovers at 9 interceptions. But he's, as I said, he's very young. You know what I mean? He does have room to grow. If you have the right coaches and the right QB coaches and whatnot around him to help groom him and develop him, if they feel like they can develop him, and he does become a more accurate passer, then he has the potential of being a dynamic quarterback in the league. You would say and can say you will put him up there with the Lamar Jacksons for the fact, just tremendous athlete. You know what I mean? When you run a 4.40, 40 and a half inch vertical, this dude in over 10-inch hands. I like quarterbacks with 10 large hands. For the fact that we're worried about strip fumbles, that's a good thing to prevent it. Carr's downfall was, I think Carr's hands were only like 8.25 inch, 8.5 inch hands, compared to Richardson, who has 10, I think 10 and an eighth or 10 1/4, something like that. But big hand quarterback, that means very good protection of the ball to keep them strip fumbles from happening. So this is, and we know that there was going to probably be some type of interest there. But yes, Anthony Richardson is one of the top 30 visits for the Raiders as well. Now, for the ones to 4 who put out the false narrative that the Raiders have removed Jalen Carter off their list and that he is no longer somebody of interest that this team would draft, is bullshit. He is now one of the top 30 scheduled visits for the Raiders. Georgia defensive tackle, 21 years of age, 6'3", 310 pounds. We all know who this guy is. Off the field issue was with him drag racing, a fellow participant, a friend of the team, of somebody that was I think a coordinator or something of the team, lost control of their vehicle and was the result of 2 deaths that happened during this. Jalen wasn't under the influence. He was not driving that car. He was just in his own car, speeding, reckless driving against another vehicle, which lost control of themselves and unfortunately lost 2 lives in that accident. So with that being said, possibility he could drop, but his agent, Rosenhaus, is not taking visits with any team outside of the top 10. He truly believes that he will be gone in the top 10, which I believe that's going to happen. You know what I mean? I really believe that's happened. He's a top tier talent. He's the number 1 overall rated defensive tackle in this year's draft out of Georgia. I don't see him getting out of the top 10. If Rosenhaus is not taking visits with other teams, then he knows something. He knows that there's probably a couple of commitments of teams that said if he's there at is it given? No, it's not a given. But they probably let it be known if he's there when they pick, they're going to take him. You know what I mean? So we're in the top 10. I'm not sure. It all depends on how these quarterbacks come off the board and how fast and quickly that is, and then paying attention to corners, paying attention to edge rushers, and so forth. That's also ranked high that can go in the top 10, as well as an offensive tackle. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But yes, Jalen Carter is one of the top 30 visits scheduled to come see the Raiders. Another guy is Jalen Duncan, Maryland offensive tackle, 22 years of age, 6'6", 320 pounds, nice, big, monstrous as offensive tackle. He is scheduled to come in as a top 30. So now we understand that the Raiders are looking at offensive linemen as well. Who that will be, we don't know. But keep your eye on this guy, because God knows I didn't get exactly where his slotted projection is in this year's draft. I don't know if it's first round, second round, or third round. But keep your eye on the name Jalen Duncan, offensive tackle of Maryland. He is a top 30 visit as well. Moving forward, Brian Branch, Alabama quarterback, 21 years of age, 6 foot, 193 pounds. I see now when I'm looking, because you're going to see other people involved with this also. So they do have their eyes set on corner, which, I mean, no brainer. We do need corners. That's a fact. So Brian Branch is scheduled to come in to visit the Raiders. I like his size at 6 foot, 193 pounds, out of Alabama. So that's one position that we have to keep our eyes on with the Raiders. They are indeed in search of a corner. So don't be surprised if Gonzalez does get taken at 7, or if Gonzalez is not there and Witherspoon is, maybe they go that route. I don't know where Brian Branch is projected to go in this year's draft. I didn't get a chance to do all that because I just put all this together before the show. But wherever he's projected, the Raiders have some type of interest, just in case that he come to them. Maybe. Who knows? So moving forward, Kelee Ringo. Now this guy right here is a Mickey Ficky. This guy out of Georgia, cornerback, 20 years of age, young dude, 6'2", 205 pounds. He was the fastest player in the combine over 200 pounds. He ran a 4.36 40. And once again, 6'2", 205 pounds. I like that size. I like his size, his speed, and he still has room to grow. Like I said, being only 20 years of age, very young, but very, very talented and got a high ceiling. You know what I mean? So Kelee Ringo, cornerback out of Georgia, is also on the Raiders' radar because he's coming in for a top 30. Those are your 9 players that they have made it be known that they are going in on the top 30. Some more can happen because they got visits on today. Like I said, they got visits going down today. So now we know the Raiders are looking at quarterback. They are looking at offensive tackle. They are looking at cornerback. And they are looking at defensive tackle. You know what I mean? So those are on their radar. So we can pretty much, you know what I mean, sort through the available players in the draft. So when the draft does go down, we pretty much know what the position groups are. You may not get these guys. These guys that they're bringing in may not be there when they pick. But that's why I say pay attention to the position, because that does not mean they cannot go after another player that plays the same position that they have ranked in that position group. But now that is letting it be known what they have their eyes set on going into the draft. That's it. And we kind of knew it. We knew these are the positions that this team was looking at. We know every level of defense. Offense was the one. And I forgot to mention wide receiver, which I kind of felt. I feel tight end, quarterback, and wide receiver are the 3 positions, because I said it's going to be 3-1 of what the Raiders are going to do in the draft, as far as 66% of the draft will be defense, and the other 33% is going to be motherfucking, or actually 75-25. I said it was going to be 75-25. 75% defense, 25% offense. And I felt tight end, wide receiver, and quarterback was going to be the 3 that they would grab on offense. You know what I mean? Defense, like I said, every level is needed. So I'm not surprised at defensive tackle, linebacker, which we have not heard of linebacker yet. But like I said, you still got 30 visits. They only have 9 that's been noted as of now. Top of the morning, Chris Ariola. What's the deal, man? Top of the morning, Holly. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Yes, indeed. Maybe a Raider YouTuber. Top of the morning. Top of the morning, man. Thank you for being here. We got Ozzy in the building, man. Top of the morning. NorCal Raider Jesse in the building. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Hey, pull on up. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Please, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that notification too, though, because I do got a pop-up show that happens early in the morning, 3 a.m. Pacific, and it just out of nowhere pops up. We just had one. When we do that one, y'all. This is Tuesday, Sunday or early Monday morning. Yesterday morning. We had 3 o'clock in the morning. We had an early pop-up. The Mind of Lunatic Raider. It's just anything can happen on that show. We talk about anything, football, life, whatever. So you want to hit that notification bell because it just pops up and you'll be notified. Maybe you have insomnia, which that's what my show is geared towards. My insomniacs, who can't sleep. So you need something to keep you occupied. So I have a show. I don't promote it. I don't put it out. It just pops up. So that's just something I just added to the menu. You never know when it's going down. You feel me? You never know when the panties is dropping. So hey, hit that bell so you can be notified when it hits the floor. You feel me? But back to our Raiders. Yeah, man, we getting an idea now of how this shit's about to unfold a little bit. Dirty Eric in the building, man. Top of the morning to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. And I keep checking my phone for updates because they keep updating. Yeah, Ern was telling me about he sent me the thing, but I got the link too. Zay Flowers. But you kind of know, you know what I mean? They're gonna load up on fucking offense. And because the key is this. Here's the fact of the matter. Let's address the elephant in the room. I know a lot of people are concerned with the fact that the Raiders ain't went out, even though they did make signings and free agency of defensive players. There was no big names out there. You didn't see any big names get signed. You know what I mean? And that's what this is my opinion. I'm not saying this is what they're doing, but from observation, this is what I'm getting from what the Raiders are doing. Free agency is there for them to plug holes and add depth. Now, all these guys they went and got are still in the prime of their career in their mid-20s, 25, 26, 27. That's a plus. 1-year deals, prove-it deals. Get out there if you want the bag, ball out of control. All right? So now that's that, right? So you address the fact that you went out there and got you some talent. You know what I mean? Maybe they starters, maybe they not. But the thing is, they're going to have to go out there and compete and show that they're starters. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. So we did grab safety. We did grab corner, linebacker, defensive tackle, all in free agency. So they went out there and grabbed some more depth pieces, possibly starters. Now, you go into the draft heavy on the defensive side when it comes to your selections due to the fact that this is a deep defensive draft. Not only that, we do have 12 picks that we can use. So not only do we have 12 picks and enough picks, we also have 12 picks in the draft that's deep at defense, which we need defense the most. So the starters are lined up. The only thing that Ziegler and them has to do now is hit it out the park. They came out and said it out of their mouth. They said taking the best available player. I think it's not as simple as that. You have to take the best available of need. Don't take the best available, because if you go in the rounds 3, 4, and 5, and I told this story again, but I'm gonna use a different narrative. If you go into the draft and in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, the top player in those motherfucking rounds are kickers, you're not drafting 3 kickers. So stay away from just playing best overall player, because sometimes the best overall player ain't what you need. So get the best available of need. We have a lot of needs on defense. So I'm pretty sure whatever defensive player is there and it's the best available, shit, you need it. Take it. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. That's the way I see it. I think the defense is in a good place with the draft this year to be able to address a lot of holes on this team with potential dogs. You know what I mean? Go after the right players that fit what we're trying to do. And now I'm seeing that they're looking at big corners. They're looking at big corners. I like big corners and big safeties, because I want to be able to fuck off the tight ends. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to face some damn good tight ends. So shit, let's get some people that can cover. That's why I like Polamalu. Polamalu is 6'4" and fast. You know what I mean? I like that. I like Kelee Ringo, 6'2" and fast, 4.36. That's another rangy big dude to go up against these bigger receivers and bigger tight ends. Coverage type guys. You know what I mean? Especially if they have like the arm length. I like long arms because it increases your radius of defense. Wherever you can get your hand at is where you can knock the ball down at. So the longer your arms, the wider the radius. I like that in the secondary, because we gotta face more. Let's just go ahead and keep it a buck. The road to any kind of success in the postseason, eventually, if you want to try to get to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be Kansas City. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. So we might as well get some defenders that limit him from being able to just have an open range of passing windows to his receivers. You know what I mean? So, and you gotta face old dickhead Kelsey. That's another thing you gotta worry about. What the one game we played him, how many touchdowns he had against us? 4 or 5 in the game with only like 20 yards receiving. We need big defenders to keep that shit from happening ever again. We need good coverage, safeties, and corners. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's good to go ahead. I know we want defensive tackles, but they work hand in hand, because you can get coverage sacks where there's nobody open, keeping the quarterback to hold the ball longer than necessary to give the defensive tackles and the edge enough time to get to his punk ass. Now, the flip side is the same thing. You get pressure on the quarterback to make him throw the ball when he's not ready to throw the ball or when the receiver is coming out of his route. Therefore, our defenders in the secondary can get a jump on it. It's like one hand washes the other. We need both the defensive trenches as well as the secondary to work together hand in hand. We need turnovers. When an offense that they're trying to build, because that's the thing that's going to keep us afloat this season. Until that defense is ready and develops, we're going to need to score points. That's plain and simple. We ain't no getting around it. We're going to need our offense to win games for us this year. Plain and simple. And I'm not talking about the drive from behind. Fuck being behind. You keep scoring to stay ahead. That's what get the lead and keep the lead. Keep fucking scoring. Don't get in the fourth quarter and do no prevent. Fuck it. Keep your foot on their fucking neck until they stop moving. Run that fucking score up. I don't give a fuck if they get mad and think like, oh, you're running up the score. I don't give a hot damn if you mad or not. We're not giving you any kind of fucking opportunity to win the game. If we get a lead, we got to keep the lead because our defense is not going to come out the gate beginning of the season hitting the ground running. Plain and simple. The defense will be exactly what this offense was before last season started. Learning a brand new system. See, the offense is ahead now. Everybody on this offense knows the system. All the starters, the offensive line, Devontae, Renfro, you know what I mean? Fucking Myers, Garoppolo, they all know the system. It does not need to be installed now. All it needs to be is perfected. But the defense is a year behind because now you're building a new defense. Now, you got some players that's going to be on this team that can help the new guys out, like your Max Crosby's, your Chandler Jones. You know what I mean? You're going to have players that was there for the whole year to help these new guys. Because I know majority of these fucking picks are going to be defensive players. They're going to be young rookies that's going to need guidance and help with getting this motherfucking system down under Patrick Graham. So in the meantime and in between time, while the defense is trying to develop and get groomed and knowing what the fuck they're doing, where it becomes where they don't have to think no more, they just go out there and play, the offense is going to have to carry us. They're going to have to carry us. They're going to have to score about 7 more points than they averaged last year. And I told people we averaged 23 points last year. 7 more, and we left touchdowns on the field last year. Because the red zone, we were horrible in the red zone. Now you finally get a quarterback that in the red zone and weapons. It's not just Garoppolo. Garoppolo's not just going to be a savior. It's going to be his weapons he goes to. They're the saviors. They're the ones in the red zone that has to catch the ball and get open to get those points and turn them into touchdowns and not field goals when we in the red zone. We were horrible in the red zone. I know for a fact if we would have just converted the red zone a little bit better, we would have been the leading scoring team in the NFL last year. Kansas City led all teams in scoring per game last year at 29 points a game. The Raiders were at 12 because there was a lot of teams that was around 23, 24, 25, in between there. But we were 23. We were 6 points behind Kansas City. And Kansas City led the league. 30 points would have gave us the motherfucking lead. If we would have scored 7 more points a game, those close-ass games would have been all wins. Because we lost every game by less than a touchdown, except for New Orleans Saints. That's a wash. That's a done deal. Ain't no hope in that shit. But yes, 1 more touchdown per game in the games we lost would have been wins. Facts. So we're gonna have to lean on this offense, and I'm looking at they're gonna have to score about 30 points a game. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Now, do we have the offense that can score 30? I don't fucking know. We can sit here and get excited on what it looks like on paper until they actually get their ass on the field and get into the red zone to show us that they're competent in the red zone to convert the red zone into touchdowns and not fucking field goals. That's what hurt us last year. The red zone is what hurt us. Now, there's plays you can single out and be like, well, if that would have been different, if that would have been different, okay, fuck all the if those would have been different. The one common denominator. If we were more efficient in the red zone, we wouldn't have to worry about the drop catches, you know what I mean, during the game, or the penalties during the game. Convert in the red zone. We got to the red zone. We could not convert in the red zone. That was our kryptonite. Shout out to Superman. No, let me quit. I'm fucking around. But yeah, we gonna have to lean heavy on this motherfucking offense. That's just what it is. Let me go ahead and hit this chat up and see if y'all got what y'all got going on, man. Let's catch up. Death Star report. What's the deal, man? Hey, I heard you was you was bringing some. No, I ain't gonna bring up the midget donkey porn. Oh shit, that's my dude though. Dustin in the building. Holly, what's the deal? We got everybody in here, man. Let me see. Instead of Kyler getting punished. Hey, man, fuck Kelsey. I hate Kelsey. I hate that son. I hate Kelsey, and I hate fucking. I'm gonna tell you who else I hate from the Chargers. I hate fucking Bosa. I hate them motherfuckers. I hate them motherfuckers for real. Oh, cocky ass motherfuckers. I mean, do they have a reason to be cocky? Yeah, they're good. But fuck them. Not when they play us. We need to go ahead and neutralize that shit. Neutralize that shit. You feel me? Okay, let's see what we got in the chat, man. Oh shit, I just got updated. Update. So I heard that the Arizona Cardinals, not that we need them now, but are expected to release wide receiver, what you call it? I heard they might end up releasing that dude. Another thing is, I heard Baltimore made an offer to OBJ. I remember, who was it that laughed at me that said, and when I said OBJ is going to probably get around 10 million. 10 million? No, he's asking for 15. You start high. He's going to get around 10 million. Watch what I tell you. I told motherfuckers that shit. And see, Baltimore trying to do everything they can to make sure Lamar Jackson is happy. Look, the front office is Lamar Jackson. Facial. Trying to keep that motherfucker happy, boy. They don't want him to leave town, boy. They trying to get that facial, boy, for real. Okay, we'll go after OBJ. Hey, they really trying to tickle his sphincter. For real. Hey, fuck the charge. Hey, Holly, for real. But you know, Bosa's ass. I seen a video where the fans was talking to me. But I'm rich. What the fuck that got to do with you being a dickhead? You know, you a fucking dickhead. They're not gonna have none. Watch this. I'm gonna tell you this, and this is gonna be facts, y'all. This is gonna be facts. I promise you. And I'm gonna go out on a limb. The Raiders will be better than the Chargers. They will be better than the Chargers. I said it. They will be better than the Chargers. They're the choke. They're the man. Way they fucking choked last year, and they first playoff appearance for Herbert. You know what I mean? They choke like, hey, bro. I've never seen that shit. No, I don't think OBJ going to the Jets though. I think he going to. I can't even say the Baltimore Ravens because I just know that. Yeah, fuck the Chargers, man. Fuck them. They ain't gonna be shit. It's like that little kid, that a little badass kid in the class. You be like, you ain't gonna amount to shit. When you grow up, you ain't gonna be shit. When you grow up, just fuck their whole life off now. Just let them. You're not gonna be shit. Nobody likes you. You're a piece of shit. Your daddy's an alcoholic. Your mom's a whore. You just, and your dog is fucking got the mange. You fucking trash. Oh. Yep. Fuck any team that ain't the Raiders, for real. I'll be damned you see me wearing gold and black talk about, let's go Carr. Come on, man. It's nice. You can like Carr. But after his career, you know what I mean? Well, how many of y'all cheered Tim Brown when he went to Tampa Bay? You know what I mean? Did you cheer Charles Woodson when he went to Green Bay? Come on. I know y'all didn't cheer. Look, I know y'all didn't cheer for Marcus Allen, for those who was around when Marcus Allen played when he went to Kansas City. I know y'all didn't cheer for motherfucking Marcus Allen in mustard and ketchup. Fuck no. Why I'm gonna want that motherfucker to do good at another team? Fuck that. And I don't hate you. You're not a Raider right now. The fuck I want you to do good for? And possibly being our way of what we're trying to do. Do you think we will sweep the Broncos and Chargers this upcoming season? I think we have an opportunity to. I think because you got to remember, the Broncos is hitting reset now. With a brand new coach, it's going to be a brand new motherfucking system. They're not going to, all the motherfuckers ain't going to get the system in year one. Watch. See, that's why I be tripping off of why people keep saying fire Josh McDaniels. See, your first season coaching that team is installation. Your first year is installing the system. Then after that, now you start perfecting the system with the right pieces to make that system be able to be operated at the highest level that you can achieve. That's what happens then. Now you start tinkering. Oh, we can upgrade here. This player's better at this. You know what I mean? Now you start tinkering. Now, since we installed the system last year, see, and the reason is, why do you think McDaniels brought in former Patriots that know the system on offense? They didn't go out there and grab former Patriots on defense. They didn't do that shit. Because it's the system. It's the system. There is a vision that McDaniels has for this system on the way it need to be ran. So he went and got the people to do it. Now this offense, the way I'm looking at it, you don't need like elite talent. Hell, fucking Mac Jones took you to the playoffs in this system. And soon as McDaniels left, where was the Patriots at this year? What Mac Jones do this year? Now wait, what'd he do? Without that system? You know what I mean? So you go get people that know what the fuck they're doing. Like I said, this offense is gonna keep us in a lot of games. Like I said, the offense, to me, I think this offense might be better now than it was last year. And last year we were 12th overall with 23.3 points per game average. And you know that average got hit majorly when we scored 0 against motherfucking New Orleans. 0 points knocked that percentage down to 23. Just go figure that. You know what I mean? Go figure that shit. We probably would have been about 26 if we would have kept and scored the average that we was averaging all season at 23. Because we had some games with 30 plus in it. What, Denver? What, Seattle? Was Seattle one of the games we scored over 30? Shit, then we almost had that, what, game 1 of the Kansas City Chiefs? So, and that was with the first year in that system. That's you think that system was fully grasped and fully understood after 17 games? You think 17 games is enough for you to master McDaniels' offense? You think only 17 is all you need? Fuck no. Fuck no. But at least you go into year 2 with 17 games of experience in the system. That's the key. That's why I said the system is installed. Now what they want to do is perfect the system. Perfect it. You know what I mean? You got the basis of the shit. You probably got the verbiage down, but now you gotta perfect that shit now. Now the practice comes. See, the practice in year one is the practice to learn the system. Now when you go to practice in year two, it's to perfect the system. Now you start opening up the playbook, because now everybody in this motherfucking offense understands what is expected and what they're supposed to do. I guarantee you this. I bet you Renfro doesn't run into Adams no more. I bet you that doesn't happen again. I bet you that don't happen again. You got to fuck up to learn. That's why I said you got to learn to embrace failure, because it teaches you what not to do. So yeah, that play, it was a failed play, but it taught them on what not to do. So I guarantee you it won't happen again. You won't see Renfro running the Waller no more. No more. That was that one mistake, but year one that's the installation period. Installation period. You got to understand that shit. You only play one game a week. It ain't like basketball where you get 3-4 games a week to perfect your craft. You don't get to perfect your craft 3-4 times a week in football. It's only once. You know what I mean? You have less opportunity. Now, practice is practice, but live games is better, because now you're going against an opponent that doesn't know what the fuck you're doing, which that's what you're going to be facing for 17 weeks. But yeah, you're not going to perfect a system such as McDaniel. I hear it from more than one player talking about this fucking system. Is how fucking intricate and complex it is. Even fucking Devontae said you can't bring somebody right in and you expect them to know this offense unless they're a fucking genius. He said this is the hardest offense he ever seen. And does the offense work? Let's listen to what Josh Jacobs said. Josh Jacobs, that when they asked him about Gruden, comparing Gruden's offense to McDaniel's offense, this is exactly what Josh Jacobs said. He said Gruden's offense was something. He said that was a good offense too. But he said McDaniel's offense, that's a whole nother level. Out of Josh Jacobs' mouth, he said that shit. He said McDaniel's system is on a whole nother level compared to Gruden's offense. So I'm knowing Raider Kush in the building. So I'm knowing this is not an overnight type thing. That's why when everybody was calling for his head after year one, how can you ask for his head in year one and this motherfucker trying to install his system with motherfuckers that ain't never been in the system? Never. Nobody. Waller never was in it. Renfro was never in it. Adams, Carr, the offensive line, Illuminor is the only one. Nobody on that offense knew the fucking system or has even attempted to play in the system. Ever. So what makes you think these motherfuckers is gonna get a hold of that shit in year one? And you only get one game a week to perfect, not even perfect it, to learn it. Come on, bruh. It's deeper than that shit. It's deep. It's deep. Motherfuckers, stop just looking at the surface. We gotta go beyond it. Fuck if you like McDaniels or not. The fact of the matter is, look at the system and look at what exactly is it going to take to implement it and to perfect it. It ain't going to take a year is not long enough. You know what I mean? That's impossible. Shit, Gruden couldn't even do it in year one. What, Gruden won 4 games in year one? Why y'all wasn't saying off with his head? Year one, Gruden had fucking 4 wins. 4 wins. But after 4 years of that same system, playoff team. Every year they increased the volume of wins until they made the playoffs. And I know it took a lot. You know what I mean? They had to scramble them last 4 games of the season, that last season, to make the playoffs, but they did it. They did it. And they went toe-to-toe with Cincinnati. But once again, what bit us in the ass in the Cincinnati game? The red zone. Carr threw the interception. That's why I say the red zone is our Achilles heel. Even last year. And I think that's the big reason why Carr is not here now. It was just the red zone, it defeated him. Carr fought the red zone and the red zone won. You know what I mean? The red zone won. But sometimes change is needed. You know what I mean, Holly? But I feel you though. Sometimes people don't like change. So when you don't like change, what do you become then? You become what they call complacent, where you accept mediocrity because you're used to it. You're comfortable being mediocre. You don't want change. You know what I mean? You want to keep it the way it is because you're comfortable. And I think that's the thing that caused some of these players exit from the team. I think they fought against change. I think Carr is truly one of those who did. I think Abram is one. They got rid of the players that fought the change. You know what I mean? But I guarantee you, what McDaniels and Ziegler did is they brought in people who understand what that change is gonna, what you're gonna need to do. Shout out to Navy vet. But the change that Garoppolo, motherfucking, Jacoby Myers, they know what this change is gonna look like because for them, they changed and went into that system. They know what to push. See, this is another thing too. A lot of people question McDaniels about being a leader of men, right? But the one thing that I can't figure out is if that's true, if you were a former player of a coach that you just thought was trash and couldn't lead men, would you ever go play for him again? Because if you wouldn't, why the fuck Jacoby Myers and Garoppolo? No, Garoppolo is here. Why in the fuck? What is it? Is it Philip Dorsett that came, the wide receiver that was with New England before, and then DeAndre Carter that they just signed, wide receiver, was formerly of New England and the Raiders though, but with New England for 2 years on the practice squad. Why would you want to come follow behind a man that you don't like? I know I hated my fucking 8th grade teacher. If that bitch would have became the 9th, switched from 8th grade to 9th grade in high school, I would not follow that bitch to freshman in high school. Fuck no. I would try to figure out how to get that bitch fired. If I had to go to the same school that she was fucking being a fucking teacher at. I hated that bitch. Bitch, I'm not following you nowhere. Bitch, I hope you, wherever you go, you fall off the fucking face of the earth. Now, if you didn't know this motherfucker was a piece of shit and could not lead men, why in the fuck would you follow his ass to the next fucking team he's at? Think about it. Why the fuck would you do that shit? You only follow behind people you believe in. Carr went to New Orleans. What was one of the main reasons why Carr went to New Orleans? Oh, maybe Dennis Allen, since Dennis Allen was his first ever coach in the NFL as a rookie when he started. He won the starting job as a rookie, and Dennis Allen was his head coach. That's a comfort. That's a comfort right there. He trusts in him and believes in him. So why in the fuck would Garoppolo, a free agent, it wasn't no trade. See, a trade, especially if you have no trade clause, you have no say-so on where they trade you to. But these motherfuckers came on their own, at their own will. Free agents, they came in to play with Josh McDaniels again. Even Jakob Johnson re-signed to play with Josh McDaniels again. Come on. Y'all know, I don't understand. Where the fuck is the hate from? McDumbass, but he's dumb enough to bring motherfuckers into this motherfucking team that knows what the fuck they doing? I thought he wasn't a leader of men. Dumbass, somebody follow him, but they following his ass. It's like he got the flu, and that motherfucker bringing all the motherfuckers with him. You know what I mean? Man, facts. Can't nobody convince me otherwise. You can't say, oh, they did it for the money. Did they? Garoppolo didn't get what he probably wanted. Jacoby Myers, yeah, he got 11 mil. But that's about the going rate. Didn't Zay Jones get motherfucking 10 mil the year before with Jacksonville? And that's not number one receiver money. That's number two, because don't forget, Christian Kirk was the number one with what did he get? 20 mil? 20 mil from Jacksonville when he left Miami or left the Rams. And they got Zay Jones to become the number two wide receiver at 10 mil a year. So with the salary cap going up 16 million, of course that number on as a number two wide receiver is going to go up as well. It went up what 1.5 mil, I think it was. It went up in value because he's not the only one who got 11 mil as a number two wide receiver. But why would you follow behind a dumbass, a motherfucker you don't like and don't think he can lead men to victory? Why? It wasn't for the money, because the money was, as you see, the money wasn't shit. The money wasn't shit. It wasn't like Jacoby Jones got 15, 16. I mean, Myers got 15, 16 million. It ain't like Garoppolo got 30, 35 million. Hell fuck no. He didn't get, none of them got that shit, but yet they came to play for a man for less money that they consider, that everybody else say is a dumbass. He don't know what he doing. He ain't a leader of men, but yet he led men right onto our fucking roster signing contracts. Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all better read between them lines. Gotta read between them lines, man. Hey, fuck what people say. Look, actions speak louder than the words, right? Look at the actions. Look at the actions, and it's telling you every fucking thing. Everything you need to know, just watch the team. Because they're not going to tell us shit. So watch what they do. See, I watched what they did in free agency. So I see what they're doing. Now when the draft happens, I'm going to watch and see what the fuck they're going to do in the draft. But I pretty much got an idea by sitting back and watching who the top 30 positions are. I know there's not, 30 positions that they're going to bring in, but they're going to bring in the positions that they got eyes on. Because like I said, not all these guys they're bringing in is going to be available for us to draft, but those positions will. Key. Hey, Damian Bonds in the building, man. Top of the morning, man. Thank you for being here. Yes, indeed. I'm just like I said, I sit back and watch. You don't develop opinions off of opinions. You know what I mean? What you want to do is create opinions from fact. You want to get the fact of the matter, and then now you have your opinion based off the facts. Because only a fool is going to base facts off of an opinion. And that's what a lot of motherfuckers are doing. They're basing their facts on other motherfuckers' opinion. Look, as soon as Vic Tafur came out and said the Raiders took fucking Jalen Carter off their board and they're not picking him, I seen content creators go put that shit out there in the atmosphere. I seen other motherfuckers retweet the shit. And I'm like, that shit don't make no fucking sense. Because McDaniels had already said that they're going to do their due diligence and they know the facts of the matter. And if he's there, they would not hesitate to not take him. Why? If they already knew what the fucking case was and what the plea bargain was, why all of a sudden now, a change of heart? Oh, we're taking him off the board now. Oh, we're not gonna draft him. Now this motherfucker's looking like a dumbass. Tafur putting this bullshit out there, and them other fucking content creators, you know who they is, because they put out fucking videos saying the same shit. Regurgitating this bullshit ass. I don't know if it was opinionated or clickbait, but wherever the fuck it was, the narrative was incorrect, and now these motherfuckers sitting there looking fucking stupid. I did not report that shit. I heard the same fucking thing. I didn't say, oh, you didn't see me posting shit on Instagram and in the community on YouTube saying, oh, the Raiders took Jalen Carter off the... Fuck no, I didn't do that shit, because I knew better. I'm like, it didn't make sense for him to say one thing and then right behind it, oh, they took him off the board. They're moving on from him. Are you fucking crazy? That's why they said if he's there at 7, they would not hesitate. They would not hesitate to take dude. But, I mean, I know they're looking, I'm hearing, and these are all other rumors. Y'all take this shit with a grain of salt with them moving up. If they do move up, it's going to be for a specific quarterback. Young or Stroud is the two. It's not going to be Richardson. No. You're not trading up for Richardson. I'm sorry. Richardson is a good project. Like McDaniels, I can see McDaniels with Richardson, a good project, but with no fucking bearing as far as when you need to insert quarterback here. You know what I mean? There's no rush. You got Garoppolo. You keep Garoppolo for 3 years if you need to. Richardson is only 20 years old. If he sat for 3 years, he's only going to be 23. Shit, you're not, you know what I mean? It's a difference of that and having a Hooker and you sitting Hooker for 3 years and now that motherfucker's 28 or 29. Hooker's the kind of motherfucker you probably can get away with 1 year. But I don't think Hooker's that kind of dude where I think he'll push the envelope because of his maturity and having an extra year playing football. Experience. Like I said, experience is everything. I know it's only on the college level, but it's still experience. Don't forget, Richardson only played 3 years. Michael Guerrero on the building. What's the deal, dog? What's the deal? So like I said, man, hey, Pyro in the building, man. Tops. But yeah, man, I'm just kick back and watch the shit unfold. You know what I mean? Watch the shit unfold. The only time that you should be able to criticize McDaniels, like really, legitimately, is if this motherfucker goes through this season with less wins than we had last year. And we dropped from 23 points a game to like about 16, 17 points a game. We drop off by a touchdown. If that happens, motherfucker, hey, get the duct tape. Get the duct tape and a coat hanger. We're gonna beat them we're gonna do like pimps do hoes. Beat them on the bottom of their hands and feet so they don't show no evidence of being abused. Damn, did I just say that shit? That's just I'm just using that as an analogy, YouTube. Don't you stop, just analogy. But yeah, man, you gotta let this motherfucker install his system and then perfect it with the players he has, and get the players that can perfect it. That's it. So that's it. No, there's gonna be improvement. Like I said, if they stick to doing what they said they're gonna do, they said they're gonna go with the best available player. That's all the fuck we asked for. The thing that us Raider fans keep fucking enduring over and over and over and over and over and over and over again is reaching for talent in the first round that does not deserve to be reached for at that time. That's always been our Achilles heel. We always reach for some bullshit. And then here we let these motherfuckers that we know come on now. We let players get past us that we know is gonna be something. And we've done it time and time again. Finally, we have, it sounds like I said, it sounds like, but like actions speak louder than words, like I said. But it sounds like we have people that are competent in the front office to make the correct selections. With 12 picks, they better. Don't let the number 7 pick come up and you go grab the 8th best tight end type bullshit. Then I'm be like, everything the fuck you said lied. It was a lie. You not taking the best available. You trying to do that old sneaky thinking you gonna get lucky and get a diamond in the rough type shit. Fuck that. Let a diamond in the rough just happen. Just happen. Don't reach and thinking he's gonna be a diamond in the rough. Get slotted players at where their value is. Best available. If that person that you draft in the 5th round, 6th round happen to develop and become a starter for years to come, then that's the way you go about getting a diamond in the rough. You don't purposely try to find a diamond in the rough. A diamond in the rough means you ain't gonna see shit. It's just gonna be all fucked up until you finally get your hands on them. You get to grooming them, you to coaching them up, and that motherfucker overachieves. He dash your diamond in the rough. Is when the overachievement happens. Nobody knew Max Crosby was gonna be what he was gonna be. What was he, the 4th round? 4th round pick? Come on, bruh. Nobody knew that shit. That's a diamond in the rough. Or else he would have been drafted earlier. That's the key. So it is what it is. They just got to go in here and stick to their guns. There might be urges to try to reach for something that, they feel they need. That's why, no. Let it be the best available, and whatever that best available is, let it be of need. If that person that's the best overall available pick right then and there is something that you don't need, then go to the next guy below them. What position do they play? Do they fit what you're trying to do? Is he on your draft board, and where is he ranked? Go through the addition through subtraction. Subtract everything, and whatever you're left with, rock with that shit. Don't overthink the shit. Period. Gore Peterson, what's the deal? Top of the morning. Raiders Pinoy in the house, man. Salute to you. So yeah, that's basically how that shit gotta be, man. That's how I look at it. But I got faith that they're gonna do it that way, because that's what Ziegler said they're gonna do. McDaniel said they're gonna do it. And that's common sense. That's what everybody should do in the draft. Now sometimes you can reach and get lucky, but shit, just like Vegas, I'm not putting all my money and gamble on that shit. I'm not putting all my money on black and then fuck around and spin a roulette and that shit red. Fuck no. I'm gonna spread my money out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna spread it out. Shit. You want to diversify your portfolio. You want to include a little bit of cryptocurrency. You want to add a little bit of stocks and bonds. You know what I mean? You want to diversify so you don't put your eggs in one basket. So when you drop that basket, all your eggs crack. You want to move them. You want to put a couple of eggs over there, 3 over there, 1 here, 2 there. Diversify your draft picks, man. Diversify. Don't be locked in to the same shit that caused us to suffer and have to fucking clear out the whole roster and rebuild again. I'm tired of rebuilds. That we gotta let these motherfuckers do what it is that they're here to do. Rebuild it, hopefully for the last time for years to come. But if we keep changing out coaches over and over again, and we're just gonna keep getting new systems, and then they're gonna have to get rid of the guys that don't fit this system and bring in guys that does, and then it don't work out, then you fire these guys too soon, bring in the next head coach. Now he's getting rid of those guys the last coach brought in to replace the players that he got rid of because they didn't fit his scheme. Now we're going through this motherfucker like over and over. Come on, bruh. Fuck Groundhog's Day. The movie. Fuck Groundhog's Day. You know what I mean? I don't want to repeat that shit over. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Fuck that. So with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys pulling up, hanging out with me this morning. I will be back tomorrow morning. There will be some more names thrown out there for the top 30 visits. So, hey, it's not over and said and done with. But those were the top 9 that I heard of. And I brought it to you guys. And I'm going to continue to do the same thing. I'm only going to give y'all facts. Fuck my opinion. Nah, I'll give you my opinion too. But all in all, I don't want to misinform you guys with the wrong and incorrect information, because then what happens is people pass that on as gospel, and now the whole nation is lost. That's why I said, to all you content creators and outside news dudes and all that other shit, stop trying to be first with the fucking news and be right with the news. That's all we ask. As the nation, we just want you to be right with the news. Give a fuck who's first. Y'all scrambling, putting out narratives that and come to find out that shit wasn't true. Now, motherfuckers looking stupid damn, why did I retweet that? Why did I do a live about it? Why did I do a video talking about it and this shit ain't real? That's your fault. That's your fault. You thought a motherfucker was about to turn shit into gold and you ran with it. Now you got shit on your face. So with that being said, man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. The world's most dangerous chat. Shout out to the people watching. Once again, if you have not done so, please subscribe to this motherfucking channel with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. And hit the thumbs up. And hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of other content I drop. Y'all will want to do that. But yeah, in the meantime and in between time, please subscribe to this channel. Stop bullshitting. Why you bullshitting? I'd rather give you my bitch. Shout out to motherfucking, you already know what the motherfucker is. What? Sugar motherfucking free on the good foot. With that being said, man, I'm out of this bitch, man. I hope you guys enjoy your Tuesday. Make it back safe to your loved ones, man. I'll be right back here. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. Raiders of the podcast, man. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys back here tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here. You know the channel, and you know the motherfucking host. Shout out NWA all motherfucking day, man. Just let that be known. Enjoy your day. Don't let nobody touch your booty hole when you get out the shower. That's a good advice from me to you. And stay away from the midgets that like donkey dicks doing porn. Hey, I'm out. I'm out this bitch.